Bonjour Pisces, and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing your monthly tarot reading for the month of May. So I hope you're doing well. Now I'm using my usual spread for the monthlies. Over here I have the major arcana for the energy for the month. Over there I have the court cards, which is how you're advised to show up this month, and then the minor arcana to delve into the message in more depth. So please do bear in mind those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody. Take what resonates and just drop the rest. And if you would like a more comprehensive picture, check your moon, Venus or rising signs. Now what energies do we have for my Pisces Aquarians, please? So the major energy for the month for you is going to be the High Priestess. And I will go into depth once I've got all the cards out. You are advised to show up this month as the King of Cups. Water energy, well within your element here. Let's see what the message is about. So we begin with the Ten of Swords. We then move on to the Six of Wands, beautiful, and the Eight of Swords. Ace of Cups, Seven of Wands, so you have progression here, 6 to the 7, and the Five of Swords. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy that's sporting you right now, you may not be aware of, you have the Nine of Swords. There's a lot of swords energy in this reading. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 7 cards, so you are very much in your head is what I'm reading. I'm going to start with this and then I'm going to move on to the main energy. But the 9 represents achievements in any suit. Now achievements can be positive or negative, obviously, and the Swords is to do with the mental realm. So I said you're very much in your head right now because it is to do with your thoughts, your ideas, knowledge, truths being exposed, and also communication. So the Nine of Swords talks about being worried, being you know, feeling anxiety and maybe some fears, you know, take what resonates, depends on the intensity of how you're feeling, obviously. And the Nine of Swords to me is a card of courage. It is facing up to those thoughts or the truths that have been exposed and, you know, taking stock of them and realizing that they are only going to become stronger or they're going to grow if you decide to feed them. The law of manifestation is very clear about this, you know, where you put your focus, things grow. So being stuck in this kind of energy, being in your head, you know, it's not very helpful to your situation. Now, I'm not saying this is easy, don't get me wrong. Obviously, I know that, yeah, we can be stressed, we can be anxious, that's completely normal. But being aware of it is a first step into dealing with it. So it's the card of courage, of pushing through. And this month, you have the High Priestess as your main energy. Now, the High Priestess is a card of wisdom. This is wisdom acquired through channeling messages from the spirit world into the physical world. This is also talking about the unknown. There's an atmosphere of mystery, of things being hidden, because we never know what's behind the curtain, you know, behind the High Priestess. So it talks about trusting your intuition, paying attention to obviously signs, synchronicities, really going with your gut rather than going with your head. Because right now, things are pretty dark in your head. So it's telling you, okay, so there's a bit of mystery, things may be hidden. To navigate your way through this maze, you are advised to use your intuition. And the cards also advise you to embody the characteristic or the traits of the King of Cups. Now, obviously, no genders attached. This is a general reading. Cups is the emotional realm. It's water energy. I said when I opened that reading, you know, this is energy that you are well aware of. Trusting your intuition, the emotional realm, the water. The King of Cups is the master of this suit, so he's worked his way through and has learned how to handle his own feelings and emotion. He talks about emotional maturity. He can literally weather the bad sea, you know, anything that comes his way, he's going to keep his calm and composure and keep his feelings in check. He's also going to follow his gut, because the cup represents your feelings, your emotions, but also your intuition. So this is really a month where, you know, your spirit teams are telling you, they're telling you that things may be hidden, you may be worried and confused, but trust your intuition and be in control of your feelings. Look at the situation calmly, be composed, is what I'm hearing. So we have the Ten of Swords and the Ace of Cups. The tens, so tens represents end of a cycle, completion, and ace represents the new beginning, the origin, the potential. So swords, as I explained, are to do with the mental realm. So this is really, you see, you have the 8, the 9, and the 10. So this is really the end of the process. This is accepting things for what they are, whether something was revealed or whether some facts were exposed, and releasing them, being in total acceptance and releasing it, because this is what happens. What supports this card, the sun, the little sun there, is this Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups, because cups are the emotional realms, represents really the potential of sheer happiness, no matter what it is for you, okay? Whatever is in this cup, the water, it represents your happiness. So if your happiness is the birth of a project, of a new adventure, that's it, that's what it is for you. If it's the birth of a child, that's what it is. If it's the birth of a new love relationship, that's what it represents. It's the potential of, you know, true, real happiness after having let go, released something, accepting the end of a cycle, because something better has the potential to make you happy and it's in the works. Probably what's hidden behind the curtain of the High Priestess, and that's why the cards are advising you to really trust your intuition and control your emotions. Now, by all means, you have free will. I'm just reading the current energies. Please remember that whatever thoughts you choose to feed and what actions you take ultimately will affect the outcome. And then here you have the Six of Wands with the Seven of Wands, which, as I explained, is progression, which is always a good sign in tarot. Wands is the suit of passion and power. It's fire energy. It's what your heart and soul truly desire. The Six of Wands, well, the six is harmony, coming after a change or a challenge, which is that Ten of Swords right here. So the Six of Wands is really overcoming a challenge and coming back the other end of the tunnel, successful, triumphant. There is also an element of recognition, if we're talking about work, for instance, you know, good reputation, recognition for having successfully seen something through. But generally speaking, is victory and success. It's a very, very positive card to have. And then you've got the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands, seven is experience. It's also self-reflection. The Seven of Wands shows obstinacy, not giving up, really standing up for what you believe in or for something or for a cause and defending it. And you've done so successfully. So this is really supporting your six of Wands. You are triumphant because you stood your ground. No matter what that was, that Ten of Swords, you stood your ground because you knew that there was potential for happiness on the other side of it. So you have really shown that determination, that strength of character to see something through. As I said, whether, you know, it's a relationship that ended or a bad situation that ended, you really, really stood your ground because you knew your happiness was not here. And then we have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Now, 8 represent advancement, but with the Swords energy, the Eight of Swords represents having kind of erected a prison of the mind. It's overthinking things. In any card, it's always represented as, you know, there's always an exit to that prison of the mind, but you don't see it because you're overthinking it, is what I'm hearing. So instead of, you know, being happy and so on, I believe that you are trying to see what's behind that curtain, and it's driving you all the way up in your head, it's keeping you up at night, it's worrying you, when you can clearly just choose to remove yourself from your head. And again, I'm not saying this is easy. I'm someone who's very much in my head, so I understand the struggle here. No judgment attached. And you're in this position because of the Five of Swords, and the 5 represents change and challenges. And the Five of Swords really talks about doing things your own way and knowing that it's not going to be liked by everybody, and quite clearly you're having an issue with this. This is really pushing through. It is a breakthrough, but it may get judged by people. People may not be happy. You know, people always have an opinion on everything anyway, so I wouldn't put too much stock on what people think. It's just, you know, experience talking here. But this is why you're all up in your head. And the advice, remember, from the cards is very much, okay, trust your intuition, be in control of your feelings, look at this situation from a mature emotional standpoint. You know, how would the King of Cups react to this? Because I can see that you have proven the determination to see something through, which could be linked to this brand new beginning, you know, releasing something to get something new. You pushed through, that got you a victory, but now you're all up in your head instead of enjoying it because people may not have accepted or enjoyed how you did it, or they just have something to say about it. And, you know, the advice really is trust your intuition and look at it from a mature emotional point of view. What people think is not going to last. This is, you know, your happiness is important, and the decision that you made, what I'm trying to say is it's going to have an impact on your life that's going to have way more ripples than what other people may have said about the decision that you made, is really what I'm hearing. You know, this Five of Swords is really, there is an element of judgment here that people are like, well, you know, what did you do that for? As I said, people always have an opinion on everything. You stood up for what you believed in, you defended a cause, a love, a business, whatever it is that you did, and you were victorious. So really do not allow people to put you all up in your head and kind of, you know, put some kind of darkness over something that, you know, you should be happy and proud of, is what I'm hearing. You know, just trust your intuition. I'm gonna, that's not the right pack. I'm gonna take one last card to close out your reading. Final message for my Pisces Squarens, please. The Six of Pentacles, beautiful. Harmony is going to come back. Pentacles is the physical world, so either if the situation is home life or work life, you know, this is saying that you're going to have equilibrium brought back. You're going to have a good balance between stability and movement, between giving and receiving. It's just harmony coming back, which is beautiful to see. And also you have 2 sixes, so there you go. Harmony is coming back in your life. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you did, or if the message helped you in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I wish you a beautiful month, and I hope to see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.